The director of Ted directs his second live-action movie. 1 out of 2 ain't bad. A Million Ways to Die in the West. So A Million Ways to Die in the West is about how it sucks in the West. I pause when I try to describe what this movie's about because I don't think this movie knows what this movie's about. Ultimately, it stars Seth Macfarlane. He's this average, everyday schlub in the West, and he's like, it sucks here. He has a whole monologue in the movie that you also heard in the trailer where he's like, everything in the West is trying to kill you. The medicine sucks. Everything sucks. I want out of here. So this movie's ultimately about Seth Macfarlane bitching about how the West sucks, and then he meets Charlize Theron. They kind of have a romance going on. Then Liam Neeson tromps into town, and he's like, someone in this town's gonna die. I want to kill Seth Macfarlane. Seth Macfarlane in this movie, he's really out of place. He doesn't belong, and that would be fine if it didn't detract from the overall movie. Here's what I mean by that. Seth Macfarlane in this movie bitches so much about how the West sucks that you're like, okay, I get it. You know, it sucks. All right, let's just watch the movie. But then he keeps bitching about how the West sucks, and every time something happens, he's like, it's just another thing to kill you in the West. No, this is why the West sucks. You know, look at that medicine. And at a point, you're like, dude, you're a drag. Shut up. Subtlety is really what makes humor. If you keep pushing something like this, if you keep pushing a bitchy attitude, you come across as some kid who's bitching about the school he's in. It's like, yeah, we get it. You hate it there. We got that like an hour ago. Granted, the movie is called A Million Ways to Die in the West, so you know it's gonna be about that, but you can set that up with Seth MacFarlane talking about it in one scene, then after that, we will see everything that is absurd about the West, and then we can go, oh yeah, that is crazy. It's like, we're not idiots. We'll get it. Just let the movie go. Seth MacFarlane's character, or this movie as a whole, is like that friend you don't really, or a friend of a friend that you don't want to invite to everything. It's like, all right, we're all gonna hang out. Does he work tonight? Let's hang out when he works. I don't know, he's just a drag. He detracts from the fun. Yeah, the trailer showed a lot of the funny parts in this movie, but that's really not the problem here. The problem is the movie is just, it's a mess. The movie's about Seth MacFarlane's character hating the West. The movie's about Seth MacFarlane not being able to shoot well, so he has to shoot well because he has to survive a duel. The movie's about him trying to get his girlfriend, Amanda Seyfried, back from NPH. Neil Patrick Harris is like the best thing in the movie. Every time he was on screen, I was like, this dude's hilarious. I will say though, there's a pretty kick-ass bar fight in this movie. Whoever choreographed that fight and made that go down, good job. Because that was hands down the coolest part of the movie. Sometimes when directors can do anything they want, the movie becomes their own private joke that we're not really in on. They just make it because it amuses them and it amuses nobody else. Yeah, the movie had some chuckles. The movie did have a couple laughs, but nothing really made me go, holy shit, this is hilarious. I walked out of the movie going, that was boring. So minus the couple chuckles in this movie, A Million Ways to Die in the West was not that funny. It was messy. The movie didn't know where it wanted to go. It had like 4 different plot points, all of which were individually just as messy and sloppily stitched together as the overall movie was. It's proof that just because Ted was funny doesn't mean you have to look forward to every Seth MacFarlane thing out there. Because A Million Ways to Die in the West, I'm not gonna remember it in T-1 day. Yep, already forgot. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, and trust me, before I even get started, this baffles me. A Haunted House 2 made me laugh more frequently and made me laugh harder than A Million Ways to Die in the West. I know! That is fact. That's reality. I'm done. So let's talk about disappointing comedies here. What was the most disappointing comedy for you? Should have been funny, completely wasn't. Whatever it is, comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.